Miguel Gomez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gomez.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting. This is the interpreter, but I have Mr. Gomez is needing a Spanish interpreter, so I don't know if prefieres en español o en inglés.
Oh, pues de los dos no le hacen.
He says he's good either way. It doesn't matter.
All right.
English?
I don't have him under my list, but I also
What was it?
didn't see Mr. Martinez, so I'll wait for him. So do you want to use the interpreter console? Do you want to ask your client for a minute, see if he really wants an interpreter?
He indicated he would do English. It
Yeah.
seems like that's okay. That works for him.
Well, then I will excuse the interpreter because I think that's the only one I have. I didn't even have this one, so. Right? You have anybody else on your list?
No, Your Honor, he was the only one that I have. So.
Okay, all right, then thank you to be excused.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right, so then we have Mr. Gomez, and you are charged with promoting prison contraband. And the state is suggesting a $2,500 bond since he's already in there. I'm assuming, counsel, you want to be heard?
Just briefly, Your Honor, I see that the state is recommending his $2,500. I would just note for the court that on his other two pending cases, he's being held on $1,000, and the other one $3,500. Those are clearly keeping Mr. Gomez, who's 27, in custody because he is unemployed and does not have the means to afford bond. I think given the nature of the charges and what was found as contraband, I would just ask for a lower bond, either $500 or $1,000.
That's what I was gonna do. All right, I will appoint Mr. Gatone to represent Mr. Gomez on this. No alcohol or drugs, and $1,000 bond, and set preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30. All right. And that is it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, yes.
Sure, one second, let me just move this quick. No talking.
You guys are muted. The jail is muted.
I think we're unmuted. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. It's
Okay.
showing mute, so that's weird. All right. So what's your name, ma'am?
Rebecca Clayton.
Okay. Ms. Clayton, you have failures to appear on a criminal trespass, a theft, and a shoplift in justice court. And on those cases, I'm gonna hold you on a, let's see, what did I say? On a $250 bond, appoint Adam Waters to represent you, order you not to go back to the incident locations, and your court date in justice court on those warrants will be September 22nd at 1 p.m. And then you city courts things, just a sec. City court stuff is domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence assault from today. And then being on the median, and then a criminal trespass, both with warrants. So I guess I'm gonna hold you on a $500 bond on those cases. And order you not committing acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and set your next court date for October 1st at 1:30 on the city court cases. And give you a public defender. So you'll have a city public defender, and then you'll have Mr. Waters on your county misdemeanors. So. And that is it, ma'am. What's your name?
Natalie Gonzalez.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez, you have a theft charge out of justice court, a warrant from 2023. And I am going to release you on that one and order you to come back to court the 29th of September at 8:30, or you'll get another warrant. And then you have city court cases. Domestic violence, disorderly conduct from today, and then an assault and another kind of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and then a DUI that you haven't done anything on. So I'm gonna hold down a $500 bond on the DUI charge and on the probation revocation. I'll read you the revocation paperwork. The allegations are that you didn't show any proof of counseling or MAD. So I will enter a denial of the allegations and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And then on both of these, I will set your court date for September 26th at 1:45.
Thank you.
Okay,
Is,
and that's it then.
thank you.
Okay. What's your name?
Manuel Moody Mendoza.
All right, Mr. Mendoza, you got 4 failures to appear out of justice court. Criminal trespass. Let's see. And others. Let me find them. I am gonna hold you on a $500 bond, appoint Robin Auld to represent you, and set you on your justice court cases for September 22nd at 1 p.m. Or warrants will, and you'll be transported if you don't post the bond. Then, let's see, what else do you have? You have, I think, a city court case. The city court case is a failure to appear, and a couple of days ago on a shoplift and a trespass. So I am going to release you on that one. Don't go back to the incident location. And you need to come back to court on October 20th at 9 o'clock, or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Okay.
And that's it, sir. That's it.
Rivas,
Still making a vote?
Hello.
What's your name?
Noah Jason Cuevas Carreño.
All right, you are charged with domestic violence assault. So I am going to appoint a public defender to represent you, order you not to have any contact with Honorio Garcia, and not to return to his residence. No acts of domestic violence. And I'm gonna hold you on a $500 bond, and your next court date will be September 26th at 1:45.
Okay, so am I not gonna
You're not
go
gonna
out?
get out unless you post the bond, yeah.
Okay.
All right, and that's it, sir. What's your name?
Larry President Hatley.
All right, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got like 10 criminal trespass charges and a drug paraphernalia charge. All but the last two, the drug paraphernalia and the criminal trespass from today, are failures to appear. So I'm going to order you not to return to the incident location. And I am going to hold you on a $1,000 bond, give you a public defender. And your next court date will be September 26th at 1:45. And that's it, sir. What's your name, sir?
Jonathan Joe Darmelly.
All right, you're charged with criminal trespass and drug paraphernalia from today. So I'm going to release you on these charges and give you a public defender to follow along with your felony, okay? So if you get out, you have to come to court and city court on these November 21st at 9. If you don't get out, you'll have a public defender and they'll talk to you about what you want to do next, how you want to go follow through with these cases, okay? That's it. What's your name?
Wendy Caroline Norman.
All right, you are charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct from today. And then you had that earlier case where you were told not to have any contact with the same victim and not to return. So I am gonna hold you on a $1,000 bond, order you not to have any contact with Keith Norman, not to return to his residence. No acts of domestic violence. I'll appoint a public defender to represent you. And your next court date will be October 1st at 1:30. And that's it, ma'am. Fast with that mute button. Very fast with the mute button.
It's kind of hard when everybody's talking over there.
Yeah. What's your name?
Sheila Batista.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Batista, Ms. Batista, you are charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug. And on those cases, you may be eligible. Find my little script here. you may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS. It only requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug charges and your arrest points will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Would you like to hear more about the STEPS program on these charges?
Sure.
Okay. Then I will appoint the public defender on these felony charges and order you not to consume or possess any alcohol or illegal drugs and release you to pretrial services. And the STEPS hearing will be September 29th, waive time, council.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I have a date for 45 days? I'm sorry? November 3rd, okay. November 3rd at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. So, ma'am, on those, report to the pretrial services. Then you have, let's see, I saw it here, warrants out of justice court for theft. So do not go back to the incident location and come back to justice court on the 29th at 8:30. When's the STEPS hearing, did I say? Is it the,
Same day.
yeah. Alma, can we have a different date maybe for her out date because she has a STEPS hearing that same time? I know that you guys are for justice court, Judge Steele. All right. Yeah, for Judge Foster, actually, yeah. Well, it's assigned to Judge Steele, I guess, but Judge Foster's doing the arraignment, so I never know what that means, so. It's Batista. Yeah. For an arraignment, just so I'm just. Oh, no, it's the misdemeanors, it's for an arraignment, but she has her steps at the same time, her steps here. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do for your misdemeanors is you have to come back September 30th at 8:30 on your justice court misdemeanors or warrants will issue for your arrest, okay, Miss Batista?
Okay.
Then you still have a city court case, so hold on. Then your city court cases are a bigger mess. You have a shoplift and a drug paraphernalia from today. And then you have several shoplifts and drug paraphernalias from future failures to appear. I'm gonna hold you on a $250 bond on your city court cases and order you not to go back to the incident locations and give you a city public defender. And I will note that you have a STEPS hearing set for the 29th so that your public defender, because our hearing will be the 26th at 1:45. So that's when you'll be seen in city court.
Your Honor, if she's being held, we would ask for a low bond on the felony matter and ask to not waive time and set that indictment within 10 days.
Okay, although I can pretty much tell you should probably get released on the 26th. That's what I'm thinking, but it's up to you.
Let me talk to her really quick.
Okay, I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I suspect.
Sure.
is, but I don't know the numbers.
Your Honor, she doesn't have any way to pay her bonds. However, I am a little bit concerned here about her being held and us waiving time on a preliminary hearing. So I would just ask for something low.
Just a second, get back into those.
Sure.
So I will change it to September 29th. At 1:30 for the preliminary hearing. And the steps hearing is at the same time or the same date.
Sure.
And hold her on a $500 bond so she can get some credit and show that she's got the city court hold. Okay.
I don't understand why it takes fair.
So 1 second. So the city court, she's gonna be seen on the 26th at what time?
At 1:45.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Uh-huh. To who? Oh, yeah, did I put Caitlin? Oh, okay, whatever, yeah, make it consistent, whatever I did. Thanks. Okay. Oops, not yours, that's mine. This is yours. Oh, these people.
Right.
Okay, what's your name,
And right.
sir? Acton. Is he already have a hold on something, counsel?
He does have a probation hold.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Acton has a tampering with physical evidence and possession of paraphernalia charge in the state, suggesting $1,000 for crime what time credit. And then I will tell you on the possession of narcotic drugs and possession of paraphernalia, if we were still like dismissing things for probable cause failures, that would be the one I dismissed, Mr. Gant, but you want me to put a bond on that one too?
I'll leave it to you, Judge.
All right, leave what to me? Da, da, da.
Are you looking for argument on probable cause?
I'm looking for, I don't know what I'm looking for since I guess we aren't dismissing them anymore. It seems so hollow that I would have to sign whatever I see, but I don't think there's probable cause on that one. But I'm sure counsel will want me to put a little bond on that one too, just because he has other holds, right, counsel?
Your Honor, 1 moment, please. Okay. I mean, in my experience, even when we make probable cause arguments, sometimes judges under the rules are not inclined to find probable cause and dismiss. So I think if we are holding him, which he's going to be held because of the probation holds, that low bonds in both of those is fine.
Okay. All right, so on each of these cases, what I'm gonna do is appoint the public defender, no alcohol or illegal drugs, $500 bond on each set of charges, and then set a preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30. And then Mr. Acton has many more projects here. Sec.
And Your Honor, it does appear that he's eligible for steps.
Oh, does it? I was looking and I didn't see that. It's not checked, Ryan, is he?
Let me look, Judge. I think he would be on the possession case.
Okay,
At least eligible for screening. I need to be careful what to
Yes.
say. I think he'd be eligible for screening.
all right. Have you talked to Mr. Acton about that, or would you like me to read him the script?
I can do it, obviously, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, he is interested in setting the steps hearing.
So I will set the steps hearing for September 29th at 9 o'clock and the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30. Hold him on a $500 bond on that set of cases also, and appoint the public defender of pretrial services if released on either of these cases. Then Mr. Acton has a bunch of misdemeanors. He has 2 out of justice court that I might as well put $100 bond on each of those so that he gets some credit. You've got a shoplift out of justice court, so don't go back to the incident location. And I will appoint Adam Waters to represent you. And then you also have another shoplift. out of justice court.
We gotta get clean back to this.
Don't go back to the incident location. Oops, and I will give you Adam Waters on that one too. So your justice court cases have a $200 bond total. And then your city court cases, you have 3 pages of failures to appear on all of those: criminal trespass, drug paraphernalia, etc. So I'm gonna hold you on a $500 bond on those, give you a city public defender on those, no return to the incident locations, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And your next court date on those will be September 26th at 1:45.
Your Honor, what was the justice court date?
The 22nd at 1 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. No, no, just take the paper.
Attorney? Attorney?
Sorry, Dad, we have Mr. Garcia already.
Mr. Garcia? Okay. All right, what's your name, sir?
Gabriel Garcia.
All right, I've got you on a warrant for failure to appear for an initial appearance on 1 count of theft and 4 counts of trafficking in stolen property from 2022. And it's got a $2,500 bond. Counsel, do you want to be heard?
Your Honor, I will submit to the court. I will note that he has a federal detainer, so we would just be asking for a low bond anyway.
Okay. I think that 2,500 is a low bond. So I will note that he has a federal detainer. And a $2,500 bond, and appoint the public defender to represent you. You are released to pretrial services if posted, and no contact with the victims. And the preliminary hearing, I'm sorry, the arraignment will be September 26th at 1:30.
Thank you.
Okay. Linda?
What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Linda Mro.
You are charged with shoplifting and felony theft. And these are a period of time from November 23rd of last year through August 15th of this year. And the state is really recommending release to pretrial. So.
So, Judge, I'll make a record on that. And, you know, if the court thinks otherwise, I'm fine with it. I went back and forth on what to recommend on Miss Monroe, given her lack of criminal history and the fact that she's 64 years old, but then also considering the high amount of the theft here. So if the court thinks it's appropriate to hold her, I'm not against that, given, you know, the $4,000 worth of theft here. Given the court's reaction, I tend to feel that maybe the court might think that that's an appropriate recommendation. So if the court thinks that's appropriate, the state supports it.
All right, I will ask for defense.
Your Honor, I am asking release to pretrial services, given that she has absolutely no prior convictions and she is 64 years old. Furthermore, she is disabled, and pretrial services was able to get a hold of her boyfriend, Keith. He was able to verify her housing and is able to provide her with support. And given all those reasons, including the fact that she, again, because I'm assuming because of the no prior convictions, is low on the NCA and FTA scales, I would ask for pretrial release.
I believe Keith was the co-defendant or the co-conspirator, and I was just going to order if I released her not to have any contact with him. So
I did see one moment, Your Honor. Okay, this is a little bit complicated. My understanding is, the co-defendant has not yet been arrested in this matter. I think it's only a matter of time before he is. He does have other family in town. Unfortunately, Mrs. Mro does not. So I think if the court is inclined to hold her tonight, we would ask for a low bond, with the idea that her attorney will have more information about the co-defendant, in the coming weeks, and then hopefully can file a motion to modify. If he is held, hopefully she can actually go back to the residence. They have a dog together, and hopefully if he is released, that he, because he's from Tucson, would be able to go somewhere else.
I just think she needs to have a little skin in the game since this was an ongoing allegation, this scheme. So I am going to appoint the public defender, order her not to return to the incident location. No alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to hold her on a $2,500 bond, cash or secured. No contact with Keith Bolton at this point, and pretrial services if the bond is posted. And the preliminary hearing will be September 29th at 1:30.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Where's the dude with the hair? It went to the bathroom. Okay. Yeah. His name is Bernie. What's your last name?
What's your
Yeah.
name, sir?
That's Jesse Oliver.
All right, Mr. Oliver, you've got 2 warrants out of Superior Court for failure to appear on dangerous drug and drug paraphernalia cases. 1 from May of this year, 2 from different dates in May of this year. And so he's not eligible right now for steps. Is that true?
That's correct, Judge.
But the state's not objecting to you being released to pretrial, so I will order you not to possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, and you need to report to pretrial services and come back for your arraignment on the September 26th at 1:30, or warrants will issue for your arrest again. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you got some city court cases, so hold on. All right, city court case. is in the park, so I'm gonna order you not to go back to that incident location and come back to court on October 17th at 2 p.m. or a warrant will issue for your arrest, all right?
Your Honor, was it the public defender that was appointed in the felony matter?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay,
and that's it.
and so just next week, you're gonna want to make sure that you're at Superior Court for this hearing, okay? Super important.
Sure. Yeah.
I see. So,
Thank you.
Right there. Hey, Brian. See.
What's your name?
Said
What's your last name?
Bernie.
All right, Mr. Bernie, you have a resisting arrest and escape in the third degree charge. And counsel, the state's asking for a $5,000 bond.
Your Honor, I would just note that he was assessed at a level 2, and that he has no prior convictions. He is 32 and homeless and unemployed. So I would ask for pretrial services release if the court has some concerns, given his indigency and his lack of a criminal record. I would ask for a low bond.
Okay. I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Bernie, order him to not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, not to, I guess that's all I'll order him. I'm gonna hold him on a $2,500 bond, released to pretrial services if posted, and September 29th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. Then he has a misdemeanor in justice court, which is a threats and intimidation. So I'm going to order him not to have any contact with the victim and not to go to the victim's residence, and release him. And the next court date will be September 29th at 10:30. And then Mr. Bernie has a city court case of threats and intimidation. So I'm going to order him not to have any contact with the victim, not to return to the incident location, and release him. And he needs to come back to court on November 21st at 9 o'clock, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. If he's still in custody, a public defender for the city will be following along with his case. Okay. That's it, sir.
Okay. Yep.
What's your name?
Gregory, Ramirez.
All right, Mr.
Gregory.
Smith. You're charged with possession of a deadly weapon on September 5th of this year. And then there's an unlawful flight from law enforcement officers from July. And on the possession charge, the state's asking for a $75,000 bond and 25,000 on the flight charge. Counsel, did you want to be heard?
Judge, if I could, just to add to this, the possession case concerns the state. This is actually my case I'm handling. This is the second defendant that's been arrested on this case. I think there's a lot to sort out in, who fired when and that sort of thing. But nonetheless, what concerns the state is Mr. Ramirez has a criminal history. He's only been off of probation for 3.5, almost 4 months for an aggravated assault. And he's out there in the middle of the night. This is 2 or 3 in the morning, possessing a firearm and firing shots from it. So that's the reason for the high bond request, even on just a prohibited possessor charge. Thank you.
All right. Well, what's the defense position?
Your Honor, Mr. Ramirez is 32. He's a lifelong resident and he is employed full time. Regarding his criminal history, it is rather short. And I would suggest that at this time, it's not necessarily similar, given what the state has shared, that there still needs to be some investigation done, I suppose, as to who fired shots, what have you. So at this time, it is just a prohibited possessor charge. For those reasons, given the fact that he was assessed at a level 2, I would ask the court to consider pretrial services release if that is not the court's inclination. Again, given his short history, that these are just allegations at this time, that he is a lifelong resident and not, I think, a flight risk yet. despite one of the allegations being that there was unlawful flight. I am just trying to say that I don't think he will be leaving Arizona anytime soon. So for those reasons, we would be asking for a reduction in the bond amount if the court is not inclined to release him in pretrial services.
Okay, well, I guess I will say on the prohibited possessor, both of the convictions in the past also involve some kind of deadly weapon and an assault, so, and the fact that he's out and is already found allegedly with a gun is concerning. So I am gonna go with the state's bond on the, prohibited possessor charge, 75,000. Pretrial services if posted, possess no firearms, surrender any firearms that Mr. Ramirez might still have, and September 29th at 1:30, and appoint the public defender if I didn't say that. And then on his other case, I'm gonna hold him on a $5,000 bond, just so he gets credit on the fleeing the scene case or the fleeing law enforcement, no guns, surrender guns, pretrial services if posted, point the public defender, and September 29th will be the preliminary hearing on that one too. And that's it for Mr. Ramirez.
Call your Monday.
Sure. Thank you.
Take care.
You too. Sure.
What's your name, ma'am?
Margarita Valentino Romero.
Okay, you have, I'm seeing you on a warrant out of Superior Court on failure to appear from, for initial appearance from a case from January 2023. Child abuse, aggravated driving under the influence, and aggravated driving under the influence with a passenger under 15. And what's the state's asking for $10,000 bond per the warrant, but the only criminal history I think is the case that we're looking at, right? It's the one that got dismissed and refiled. So, okay. So what's defense position?
You're asking for pretrial services release. This is a direct indictment. It's a refiled case. She was not aware of the warrant. She had been previously arrested, but of course, believed that it was dismissed. As the court noted, there are no prior convictions. And I think importantly, you've seen nothing since 2023. So for those reasons, I would ask for pretrial release.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Ms. Romero. I'm going to order her not to possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, not to drive without a valid license. I'm going to release her to pretrial services. So you need to report to them, ma'am, and come to your arraignment on September 26th at 1:30, or another warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are we still doing Martinez and whoever? Martinez and Knight at some point? Okay. And Knight?
Yes, we're still doing Martinez and Knight.
Okay. Okay.
What's your name?
Night with
Oh, oh yeah, sure. Awesome.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Travis Knight
No,
with K.
okay. Mr. Knight, you're charged with driving under the influence, having alcohol concentration of 0.08 or more, possession of alcohol under the legal drinking age, and felony criminal damage. And the state is asking for a $7,500 bond. Counsel, did you want to be heard?
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were speaking to the state or not.
Yeah, no, you. Sorry.
I apologize. Yes, Your Honor. So we are asking for pretrial services release. Mr. Knight is low on the NCA and FTA scales. He's employed and a lifelong resident, and he has no prior convictions, certainly none that are similar. He lives with his family, and pretrial services was able to verify their support with his mother. I think that this is one of those cases that he deserves to be on pretrial services. I understand that the internal complaint is very serious. Luckily, there are no alleged victims. And it appears that he was very forthcoming and compliant with law enforcement. So I would like Mr. Knight to be given an opportunity on pretrial services release, given that he was assessed at a level 1.
And these are all misdemeanors except for that criminal damage. So that's what I'm thinking, is that he would be released usually with a citation if not for that criminal damage charge. So I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Knight. I'm going to order you not to go back to the incident location. Don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to release you to pretrial services. So you need to report to them. And you need to come back to court October 9th at 1:30 for your preliminary hearing, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Pretrial services in the moment. If you're to speak as well, okay?
And then I need to get this all sorted out by next.
Well, it's not clear. Okay.
Is that good?
Yep, you're dismissed. You'll be released tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yep. This Mr. Valencia?
Martinez.
Martinez.
All right.
Mhm.
Mr. Martinez, you are charged with domestic violence assault, and I think it's from the charge I saw you the other night on. I think that's getting dismissed and it's going to be a misdemeanor, okay? So I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you. I'm going to order you not to have any contact with Mr. Razzo, not to return to her residence. No firearms or any other weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to hold you on a $2,500 bond. And right now that you've got both holds, but I think that they are going to dismiss that other one as a felony. And then you've got a criminal trespass, a drug paraphernalia, and another criminal trespass. So we're going to put those all together, and your public defender will be out to see you before that October 1st court date. Okay.
Okay,
All right, and that's it, Mr. Martinez.
thank you.
All right, what's your name?
Jonathan Valencia.
Okay, Mr. Valencia, you are charged with possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia from today. And you may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEP that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug charges in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in the STEPS program?
Yes.
All right, so then on this case, counsel, I'm thinking of holding him on $1,000 bond and not having you wait the time since he's got another hold. Does that work for you? Is it a probation hold? Is that?
It's perfect.
All right, so I will appoint the legal defender to represent Mr. Valencia. No alcohol or illegal drugs, $1,000 bond, pretrial services if posted. The steps hearing will be September 29th at 9, and the preliminary hearing will be September 29th at 1:30. And that is it for Mr. Valencia.
For you. One section about that one.
Nope. All right, thank you all. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
know, but I saw. That's the feeling you've got, like a lyric that you know. Once you hear it, you'd thought. I like the way that you think. Feels like a song no one else could sing. But what if you ain't love me back? I thought that you could love me back that night. When I laid with you and I played for you my life. When it came down to it, I felt like I knew if I tried. There was a hope you'd see who I hoped I'd be inside. And that hope was the song that kept me going. I didn't know if I could do it, but I hoped I would. Yeah, I hoped I would. I didn't know if I could do it, but I hoped I would. Yeah, I hoped I would. Didn't know if you would love me, but I hoped you could. Yeah, I hoped you could. Didn't know if you would love me, but I hoped you could. Yeah, I hoped you could. Lately, I've been a little off track. All of these years like a weight on my back. All of these fears I won't make